There should be some under the table.
We're up.
Room temperature.
Yeah, you're sharp.
You got sound?
You're quiet.
Yeah, you're up.
You're all good.
Shalom, shalom. We are the brothers of the Great Millstone, the branch here in Chicago. And first and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all our fellow laborers, that are doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. All right, the would-be judges, the 144,000, and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird. Those people in Revelation 7 and 9. All right, this is not a black thing. All right, to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning, we say shalom. And we just gonna go right in on. Look, 2025 is getting ready to be a hell of a year, and this one is gonna go out with a bang. So it's just too much happening right now. All right, all sorts of crazy judgments are going out. Death is everywhere, and the major thing that's going on now in the media is the fact that they're threatening with a new pandemic. You know, it's so supposedly you have 7 cases of human transmission from animals. All right, and Russia warned about 3 or 4 weeks ago that there would be another, that America was getting ready to push another pandemic, because the Russians have made the boast, or the claim, I just want to say the boast, that they have commandeered or destroyed 46 biolabs in Ukraine. And then they provided, the evidence and the receipts to show this. Although the American media is not talking about it. And the fact that Fauci was directly connected to this, right? And now you can see why Hunter Biden got, why he got pardoned, probably by this this double, what do you call him, a doppelganger? By this doppelganger. Because at this point, I don't believe that Biden is doing anything. I'm starting to believe that maybe he actually is not, among us anymore. He might be in the spirit world already, right? I mean, I'm not saying that he is. I just believe that he might be, okay? And, Russia put out their report about the 46 labs, and that these labs were doing experiments and making gain of function. So in my opinion, because I do believe that some of the crimes that Fauci is supposedly guilty of, that he may be being pardoned from, it actually could get him hung. Let that lying through to Congress or something. Well, some of these things that he did, he could actually get hung. And in my opinion, if anyone who takes a virus and gives it the ability to jump from animals to people, and then people die from it, they should be hung publicly. They should be hung publicly. And anyone who agrees to allow such a wicked thing, Job 9:24, Bob Kusha.
Got it.
Anyone who and you can go ahead and get Daniel 4:17 as well. But anyone who would do such a thing, man, it's a heinous act, crime against humanity, man, and they should be hung publicly, right, for the whole world to see, as a warning to doing such evil.
Which one going first?
Just go to Daniel and then Job.
This is Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men.
Ooh. Go ahead and break it down, beloved.
Hey, so basically, the Lord sets up who he will, and he set up the basis, the lowest of men.
Lowest of men.
Default character.
Yeah, the man he said from the beginning would crawl on his belly like a serpent. Right? Esau Edom.
And he has corrupted the whole planet, as the scripture said he would do, being the basis of man, ruling the world. The scripture says in Proverbs, when the righteous are in rulership, the people rejoice. When the wicked are in rulership, the people mourn. And then Daniel 8:25 says, and through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many.
Trust the science.
Exactly.
It's peaceful.
Yeah.
Democracy.
No.
Democracy.
Democracy. There you go, brother.
He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. And this is Esau Edom with his words, his policies, his craft. Matter of fact, one of the scriptures says he can't even go to sleep at night. He toss and turn, can't sleep at night. I toss and turn until he come up with another debaucherous thing to enact upon Yasharallah and the planet. But everything, his intent is on us. His intent is to thwart YAHAWASHI and the people of the Lord.
Yeah, and when it comes to his science, he's using pseudo
Yes.
science, and then wants you to believe in pseudo. All right, so go look. We've given you the definitions, the understanding. Go look the word up for yourselves. All right, go ahead, y'all. You holding that, Joe?
Yep. And you know, as we was reading that Daniel as well, shit, all these heathen nations are base men, but Esau Edom is the basis.
The lowest.
All right, the lowest.
He's the
Lowest morale.
He's the gum and the shit and the spit on the bottom of your boot.
That's it.
All right.
Yep. And that's who's in power right now. All right. This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Right. So since the Renaissance, he put his face up. He put his face up as if he was the Israelites, that he was the Spartans,
Yep.
that he was the Vikings, that
Last
he was
samurai.
he was every damn thing. All right.
Except
And-
for we.
and- exactly.
Right.
Well, they didn't want to say to Edom. And I remember years ago.
Except Edom.
I remember
Except
when it
Edom,
came out the movie, the Bible. I forgot that the
It was
miniseries.
called Prophets and
Prophets and Bibles. I forgot what it was.
Kings and Prophets or something like that.
Yeah. And you said,
I did a lesson against that immediately.
and you said if they do come across Edom, they're gonna make them some
No,
niggas.
I prophesied it years before it
Yeah.
happened. I said the day that they show Edom in any film, they're gonna show them as being black.
And,
that's
these,
exactly
and these
what they did.
motherfuckers had their ass in some
and
Malcolm
I
X
used-
looking niggas.
And I used that footage and that video in a lesson using scripture, and they actually literally took that show off the air of literally about 3-4 days later.
And then the Lord in His almighty power, as soon as they was doing good all the way until they said Jake is Esau, the Lord had them shut the whole series down.
Yeah.
We tried it. We tried.
Yeah.
But I said they would do that. I said when they show Esau, they're gonna show that, which is a reverse argument because, vocab and all these apologists, they always try to say that Esau had to have, if Jacob was black, Esau had to be black too. Right? So what they do, but that's not what you did because you showed Saul and the Israelites and David as being Caucasians, and then you showed his brother Esau as a damn African, as a Hamite.
Come on, bro.
You see, so they exactly.
Totally against.
They they completely went around their own argument, man.
They did some dummies, man, and they really gave themselves up doing that dumbass shit,
Right. The Lord took that wicked shit off the air.
It said
immediately.
Kings and Prophets was canceled by ABC after 2 episodes due to low ratings. No, it wasn't due to low ratings.
No,
It was
I'm
due to
talking about it.
Because soon as they said, because right in the beginning you can go to Esau. Esau was in
They
Genesis,
brought out Esau.
and they,
That was a big mistake because even to mention his name in a series and make him a character was gonna make people read and ask questions, and there you go. And then I immediately did a response to that shit. And that video got quite a few. As a matter of fact, I think that video is still up too. That video was probably a couple of those there. I did a couple. Those videos are probably still up. Maccabean Spirit.
Okay, Maccabean.
Yep. Hey, and this devil, he's gonna continue to, do the wicked. He is the wicked. And that's why real quick, Jeremiah 32:23. Jeremiah 13:23. It says, can an Ethiopian change his skin or a leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. All right, you were made to do evil, and that's all that you're gonna do until you reach the bounds of evil that you cannot pass.
I got a precept for you.
Yes,
This
sir.
Ecclesiastes 1:15. that which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanted cannot be numbered. So, like you say, he's made to be crooked. You can't make nothing straight that was designed to be crooked.
Yeah, and the design, you know, you have the opposite of everything. You see, it says in the wisdom of the Most High God, there are two and two, one against another. So he made the Israelites to be his special chosen righteous people, and he's made Esau Edom to be the opposite of that, the evil, the wicked people, and they cannot do anything else but wicked, anything else but evil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the pale bald faced people.
I got one. This is Romans 9, 20. Yep, 21.
Is it the same
22.
scripture? Oh, you can't make this up.
Alright, man.
That's why you can't make up the real men of the Lord, man. This don't happen in Sakari. Go ahead, bro.
Have not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor?
And if you read up, that one vessel unto honor is Jacob.
That's right.
Did they come out the same ones too?
Same time.
Same
Same
time.
Same lump.
Same
Lump,
one.
right. Have not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor?
And there goes Esau, Edom, who's in power right now. The vessels of dishonor is in power right now.
The
That's-
toilet.
Right.
That's it.
Because the Lord made a vessel called a toilet.
yeah.
And what goes into a toilet? Piss and shit and
Exactly.
drops.
Right.
And then the Lord made a vessel called a crown. A crown gets placed on top of someone for a sign of rulership. So you're going to get mad to who the Lord says, I want to put a crown on versus who I want to make a toilet? Esau is the goddamn toilet. And look at all the work that he's ever done. Look at all the legacy.
Turn the world into a toilet.
That's
Right.
it.
There
And
you
well,
go.
that's what the Most High doing with in this present temporal evil world. He's giving you examples, all right? Examples of good, examples of bad. Then you get the consequences. You get those examples, the consequences of good, and then the consequences of bad. And he controls both, all right? We're talking about the Most High here, man. He's far out. But go ahead, brother.
Okay. What if God willing to, verse 22, what if Yahweh willing to show his wrath and to make his power known and do it with much long suffering, the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction?
And it's funny, we went into that word fitted yesterday at camp. When you have a tailor-made fit, you talking about someone taking the measuring tape from your shoulder blade to your wrist to your
To the
hip
cup,
to
all
your
that,
knee
all
to your
that.
knee to your ankle. A tailor-made suit fits you to the rooter to the tutor in the most perfect way.
Right.
When the Lord says he's fitted for destruction, he's
Tailor-fitted.
tailor-made. He's
Tailor-fitted.
tailor-made fitted to be destroyed for all the debauchery that he's done.
So all these people that want to go hand in hand and be in love with Esau is actually going against what the Lord was even made them
Well,
for.
no. Guess what, brother? They tailor made for destruction.
Yeah, they tailor made for
There you
destruction.
go.
Well, I mean, it continues. It's about to say that.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
and read a little couple more.
And that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels.
Oh, I'm sorry, you just read it.
Fitted
Right.
for destruction.
Right, fitted. Yeah, exactly. Like you said,
Right.
tailor made for destruction.
That's
man.
it. So he can't be. So no matter how much you try to want to love on and pray for this man,
Yeah.
you praying against the Lord, His will in itself.
Yeah, and the scripture says, never trust thine enemy, man, because it just says, iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
Right.
That's it. So you want to rub elbows with this motherfucker for 1,000
Well,
years.
then we're not gonna sell. If you want to rub elbows with this devil, then when you get the consequences of it, we're not gonna pity you, because it says, "Who shall pity the charmer, bitten by the serpent?"
They got
It's constantly
They got,
everything opposite of what the scriptures say.
That's
They
it.
got Stockholm syndrome. They pretty much
Absolutely.
fell in love,
Absolutely.
love with the oppressor.
That's it.
Kind.
Okay.
Bring it out, brother.
It's Ezekiel 28:14. Thou art the anointed chariot that covereth, and I have set thee so. Right?
You
So,
know
Lord
so the Lord set him up to be that. You know
Well,
what
you
I
know
mean?
what? And now that you said read that, go ahead and get Isaiah 25:7. Go ahead, bring it out, brother.
I got two right quick. This Malachi 1:4. It says, "Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness."
Right? And wherever they are, is wickedness is manifested. And now, and now we're watching them be brought down. Right? He's tearing them down wherever they are, man. right? And their wickedness is being exposed. It's like right now, the wicked dude Hassa, all right, got his head covered, and is going against the Christian right now, all right. And the thing is that it's like you said before the camera went live. All you Christians, what you should be concerned with is all the Christian Palestinians being put to death by the Israelis right now, all right, being unmercifully murdered over in Western Asia, man. In Lebanon, you got Christians over there that are dying horrible deaths, man. You know, so I thought it was all about Christianity and love and all that shit.
Jesus Christ is on break.
It's so,
exactly.
He told him if he got him, smoke him. He out on a smoke break or something.
And that's what Elijah said.
He
said, if you're prayer victory, he might be on a long journey. He said, prayer.
Does he sleep? Somebody need to wake up your God.
Con, I got a precept.
Just finish this real quick. It says, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people on whom the Lord had indignation forever. Ooh. Now that word indignation goes into that righteous hatred for what they have done to Israel. But touching on that point of them being vile, this is Job 30:1. I'm also going to give verse 8. It says, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock.
It was younger me.
Well, insignificant, because they're lesser. And now jumping down to verse 8.
So it's true. It's a proven fact that Esau is completely more insignificant than we are.
Right.
All right. Esau, like the brother went into the scripture earlier. He the default. He the base all man. Right. I get this analogy a lot. It's like when you start a video game, before you put all the stats, that's who you start off with, nigga. All your shit is zero. It's zero, and then you change his color, you add to him, you make him taller, put a six.
You modify him.
You modify him. Esau's the unmodified. He just wicked. The base wicked dude.
And even his superhero.
He's an expert in wickedness, though.
Yeah.
And he's the undefeated champion in that.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
That's the only stat all the way up.
I mean, it makes me mad.
That's his power.
Yeah.
They say, what is he good at? Wickedness.
Exactly.
Right.
But it's manufactured wickedness because even in other superheroes, Batman, which is Esau, Edom, he has to have every kind of mechanized technology thing. He's not a real superhero. But then you go to Superman, he got power that was innate. You go to different characters, they got power that was innate, that was spiritual, that was coming from the Heavenly Father, that came spiritual power.
Yeah,
but
Batman's
Esau
a
has
conniving, sneaky one.
Yeah,
right.
Because not only does he not have real superpower, but what he's figured out the poisons to use to neutralize the people who really do have it.
Yeah.
So he really is a true devil. You know, a damn devil, man.
A rat man.
This is verse 8. It says, they were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. And his morals are above moral standards. What do you think, again, like the other I touched on, in a Christian world, how is it then that them Christian Palestinians are getting executed? Not only that, the last working, operating, full functioning hospital in Gaza was the last one to get it. So again, in a Christian world, right, where Christianity has hit the globe, where is Rome now? Where's the church?
Where are you, man?
Why don't the Israelis need Christianism, man?
But see, you gonna save that. That was gonna make you ask some questions. Why is the Catholic Pope's yarmulke the same as the what they call it the circular?
No, they wear yarmulke.
Yeah, the yarmulke, which is the Jewish people wear. That's the same thing as the Pope wear. And so many videos been popping up showing how because they had to go under also the Catholic the false prophet, as the Revelation will say, that's the false prophet. This place,
because the crown of the head is supposed to be uncovered.
Come on, brother.
All right, you're not supposed to cover the crown of your head.
They go the very opposite.
They do the opposite. You
That's
know,
right.
Esau does everything opposite of what's righteous, man.
I got a precept. Basically touching on the points y'all was making. How the Lord basically control these devils anyway. You know, this is what He set up. This is Proverbs 21:1. The king heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh, as the river of water. He turneth it whatsoever he will. So like Job 9:24, the earth is given into him. So this man is doing nothing but his lot of being wicked, and he's about to be taken out. And that's why he's fit for destruction. because he have to get destroyed. You know, this man never was fit to rule anyway. He was just fit to show you what not to be.
Right,
And you
right,
niggas fell for the trick, man, because y'all let that gift destroy y'all heart. Esau came with all these goodies and you took hold of it. And now you gonna fall into his judgment that he was meant to get anyway. And he's going down like Pharaoh. Because what happened? The Lord controlled Pharaoh to what? To exalt his name again in the earth. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua name will be exalted again in the earth. And y'all will fear him. Straight up.
Kevin Copeland said that he said that the Most High gonna keep a laugh on 100.
Oh yeah, he made a covenant with God to be 120.
Yeah, the
That nigga
100.
that's straight fucking
See, that's
demon.
think over Psalms 49:11. They think their house should continue forever, man.
I got one for y'all.
Right.
I got two. Here's Ecclesiastes 8 and 9. This is back on Taj just said. All this have I seen and applied my heart unto every work that is done under the sun. There is a time wherein one man ruleth over another to his own hurt. Esau was given power to bring his great destruction. Like Romans 9 chapter goes into. He's the vessel for dishonor. All right, the Lord set Esau up to get power and gave him time and let him rule with all this wickedness so the Lord could give him such a great destruction, man.
That's right.
Like Pharaoh, he was set up to be destroyed.
Stack his shit
So
up.
he got power to his own hurt. Babylon are to be destroyed. This is Revelation 20 and 7. And when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. Which we know Revelation 12, Satan is talking about the Romans, all right, which is Esau, Edom, all right, and shall go out to deceive the nations, which are the four quarters of the earth. So that's his job. His job, like a Rala brought out, the anointed cherub to cover. Elder Malcolm called for Isaiah 25. I know somebody got it. That's his job, man, to cover the world. So he set lies up. He put himself as God. He set up Scientology. He set up evolution. All right.
Yeah.
It tells you true love is when they was campaigning for gay marriages, it was all about love, which that's hatred, that's wickedness. Now look what's going on. Trainee reader times to your damn title, man. All right. Everything contrary to the Lord, Esau pushes out there, man, by making himself as God, right? God and Magog together into battle. The number of whom is as the same to the sea. So all of this that Esau's been doing though was to bring this great destruction. All right, the Lord set him up to deceive the nations and to bring World War III. End of the day, to bring this great finale, man. Zephaniah 3 and 8. That was the Lord's plan from the beginning.
Perfect. This is Ecclesiasticus 5. It says, I'll start with 1. Set thy heart upon thy goods and say not, I have enough for my life. Follow not thine own mind and thy own strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. And say not, who shall control me for thy works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. Ooh. Say not, I have sinned, and what harm have happened unto me? For the Lord is long-suffering, he will in no wise let thee go. Concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin. And say not, his mercy is great, he will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation resteth upon sinners. And this is what he said, they don't believe, they don't care, they say F the Lord. And the wicked, Esau, Edom, all the wicked just keep adding sin unto sin unto sin. They keep just stacking wickedness.
That's why the Roman Catholics get caught all these scandals, man. They don't care.
Continually, the Christianism too, the Christian churches too, man.
Yeah.
Could somebody get Habakkuk 2 and 16? I want to read these couple this information that I have.
All right. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 16. It says, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee.
Right.
And
Go ahead.
and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
Right, so this has a little fact check thing by it. But it says Russia rescues hundreds of adrenochrome victims destined for Washington, D.C.
Oh, shit.
President Vladimir Putin has vowed to dismantle the adrenochrome supply as news breaks.
Wow.
All right, 50 emancipated children from the chrome
stuff.
Let's not forget that we had a whole truck of Coca-Cola.
I got more. This is and hold that thought. But this is U.S. Department of Defense finally comes clean and admits its public in a public document. So I want to see if they can find this document. That there are 46 U.S. military funded biolabs in Ukraine. All right, and this was of as of June 12th, 2022. So they've been lying. And when did that war start? Right around that time. Exactly. So they've been lying about the whole thing. Now here, did you find a report?
Yes, sir.
So okay, hold it. Let me read this one. It says, those killing people by gain of function viruses, deadly V's, and child trafficking networks. The Democratic, you know what the V's are, the Band-Aid. Right? The Democrats are desperate to censor truth. The global elites are in huge panic. And the hammer of justice is about to come down like a giant boot and stomp out the freak show. Russians have thousands of pages of documents exposing NATO's insidious schemes and plots, according to military officials very high up in Russia. NATO and the USA have a policy of global biological control and are creating artificial crisis to try and keep the conspiracy intact so they can rule the world. God damn. So now the Pentagon contractors, and we just told you that they're getting ready to do another, you know what? All right. Another pandemic. It says now the Pentagon contractors deeply embedded in the unethical biological tyranny are scrambling to salvage what's left of the bioweapons research labs and take them elsewhere, including to Africa, so Russians can't capture, destroy, and expose the rest of the evidence. This is why the USA and Ukraine do not want peace, do not want the war to end, or want the war to continue forever. They are embezzling billions of dollars while abusing children in their demented networks. And then you can understand that makes sense why the dingo doppler, whatever you call them,
Doppelganger.
the doppelgangers, the dingo all right, that nigga was a dingo doppler. But it makes sense now why he pardoned Hunter.
Yep.
Yeah.
With all this going on in Ukraine, and also why they're talking about future pardoning, what they call it, a pre-pardon.
He
for Fauci.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking about a pre-pardon.
He pardoned for 10, I think it was 10.
Because if they sitting on this evidence and it's been submitted to NATO, all right,
that's wicked. So
That's war crime like that.
That's absolutely.
Don't worry about it. We got
that's
you.
it. So
That's
this dude
war
can
crime.
actually mess around and get hung. All right, and if he does, that'll be a beautiful thing, man. Because I pray the Lord to destroy that wicked son of a gun, and everyone who worked for him was joined unto him. All right.
Bought his bullshit.
you want me to hit that with the
Yeah. You found an article so this is backing up what I read.
And this is off
Right.
this is off the Daily Mail news.
So anyone is saying, "Where's the resources?" and show the receipts.
I got
Got
it
the
right
receipts,
here.
nigga.
DailyMail.com news. The 46 U.S., which is United States labs in Ukraine, and the 200 Pentagon program, which is like 200 billion Pentagon program that sparked a propaganda war. How ex-Soviet facilities adopted by Americans that house pathogens prompted Kremlin's bioweapons claims in Putin's backyard. Basically saying,
Well, that's enough to make anybody want to go to war.
yes.
And then you releasing these shits, and they know about it because he came out on his media and said that they were fabricating crises and they're going to release another. Putin said that publicly, and a couple other people in Russia.
So if he was high, why would he say it?
And then you go into the Daily Mails because I was in a couple of different things, but this one right here is I'm in the Daily Mails. It says Pentagon provides funds for research against 46 Ukraine labs as part of a program meant to dismantle weapons of mass destruction. Funds through biological threat reduction programs are meant to study pathogens and prevent outbreaks. Russia has repeatedly referenced the research as part of what the administration calls disinformation campaign. there was a spike in online commentary on the labs just before
So
and after.
anytime they get exposed, they come running with the disinformation thing.
Absolutely.
And that makes me wonder too. I wonder how many flights,
What they did?
how many people, how many tickets were plane. It could have been private planes too. Where members of the CDC were flying back and forth to Ukraine. I bet you it was a lot.
Man.
I mean, I wish I had a way of proving that.
Right.
You know, so I'm saying I believe. I'm pretty sure that there were quite a few. And if anyone out there watching could find any information to prove that, please post it. But go ahead, brother.
What day is that article?
Oh, this was this was like because I was this is that's 2022.
Right, check this out. So now look, check this out. This is August 16, 2023, because I was looking at the same articles that you were, and a lot of them were like basically setting false information. Now this was from August 2023, so I wanted to find something more recent. It says U.S. politician Robert Kennedy Jr. Now this is before he switched to running with Trump, right? So because this is dated August 2023, it says U.S. politician Robert Kennedy Jr. has confirmed the existence of American biological laboratories in Ukraine used to produce banned biological weapons. He basically said this on Press TV on August 15, 2023.
So that's 3 sources now.
Says we have biolabs in Ukraine because we are developing bioweapons. The Democratic Party presidential candidate, also known by RFK Jr.
So how do bioweapons get? So they just get. How do they? You know, they just get set into it to the water supply, to the air. They get sprayed. They get put in animals. They get released. They get injected in the form of a Band-Aid. How? You know, I'm just wondering how how it's easy for me to say that's definitely. We can pretty much tell you that there's going to be another one. I wonder how do you know that?
Now check this.
You know, it's like saying, I believe somebody's gonna get shot. And then somebody gets shot.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone's gonna die tonight. It says he basically told Tucker Carlson, right, on an interview right before Tucker Carlson got let go by Fox. But it says, this is his quote. He said, when the Patriot Act reopened the biolabs arms race in 2001. So how long have they been doing this? The Pentagon, because the article that the elder was reading, it was saying how they had labs. They had the labs. They basically had the labs open in 2005, right, when they started working with Ukraine. It says when the Patriot Act reopened the biolabs arms race in 2001, the Pentagon began putting a lot of money into bioweapons. Kennedy said, but now when you do develop bioweapons, it needs a
Band-Aid.
So you develop the same side by side because 100% of the cases when you deploy bioweapon, there's a blowback. Your side also will get sick. So he's basically saying like, hey, look,
damn,
right, this will be effective, but guess what? Them making contact
but we're going to catch some
backlash.
So this is going to be extra dangerous.
Yeah.
Just like they were just saying
Collateral
on the news
damage.
on Fox before I walked out the door and came here. All right.
So there's going to be collateral damage.
So they really want to, this thing. They get ready to really do this thing, man.
Right.
And that's going to bring on draconian measures. It's going to make a lot of people mad. And I'm willing to bet that the people who already took the Band-Aid,
they're going to drop.
It's going to finish them off.
Yeah.
All right. Because the only people who seem to kept getting, the thing, the other thing, were the people who took the Band-Aid.
Right.
Because I got sick with it, beat it in 3 days. Right, got my sense of smell back on the 4th day. I was fine, and I was around people who had it and never got it again, while people that I know had taken the Band-Aid
2 or 3 times,
kept getting it.
Yep, 2 or 3 times.
Dr. Fraud said the same thing. He said, I've had sex, stabs, and I just got it again, and I beat it, and it's like, how you keep getting it again over and over and over and over? They're supposed to protect you.
So we get ready to find out because, with all the myocarditis and the sudden deaths of all the Band-Aid victims, that they try to just downplay and, like that shit. Like people really weren't dropping dead on soccer fields and on football fields and basketball courts. In the prime of their lives and the greatest health that they could be. I mean, when I was a teenager, I could just run and rip and run for hours nonstop. So I can't imagine, yeah.
Oh, dang.
See, but they came and did a disinformation campaign for years saying this and took down videos saying misinformation and
That's
misinformation.
it, crash.
But then while they had the distractions with the Diddy's and the other stuff, they sit there and had a congressional hearing where they confessed all the debauchery, and then they didn't hit the mainstream news. They didn't. But that wasn't on Channel 2, 5, 7,
Right.
9, 32, whatever the fuck. They kept that hidden, and so they're like, but in the mainstream,
Diddy report.
you know what I'm saying?
Diddler.
All the other reports
The
that's
Diddler report.
the sleight of hand that he
Because
sold.
Esau controls the information, and now that you mention that, I'm looking at some whiteness studies from Dr. Robin DiAngelo. Some of you, I've spoken about her for years now. What's the other one? The other doctor the one who no. Now her name is leaving me right now. It'll come back to me. But the one who wrote the book, the water brother. Yeah. Dr. Lord Batalore, all right, Dr. Batalore, all right, and when she came with the information that she got from Theodore Allen about the creation of whiteness, well, her partner in that information, who also spoke on that subject matter a lot, was Dr. Robin DiAngelo, all right. So here's her whiteness studies and white statistics, all right, and it says people who decide which TV shows you see. 93% white. People who decide which books you read, 90% white.
Oh yeah.
Oh, bro.
People who decide which news is covered, all right, 85% white. People who decide which music is produced, so these bugged out little Negroes running around listening to all that trap music.
Who's bagging?
95% white.
Yeah, if I may,
right?
being an entertainer, I tried to go into industry. I put out some stuff, some conscious shit. I'm going back 20 years ago. They told me specifically that's not what they want. If it's not this or that, they don't want it.
No, because it's mostly the small hats that control that music industry. Because they want to kill a nigga, shoot a nigga, bang that man's wife.
That's it.
Right, that's what they want. All right. School teachers, 82% white. Full-time college professors, 84% white. Owners of men's and pro football teams, 97% white. Owners of men's pro basketball teams, 98% white. Players, 75% white.
I got it.
Right? More white statistics. And this is 2019. So it says presidency, 100% white. Vice presidency, well, up until now, 100% white. Senate, 91% white. House of Representatives, 73% white. POTUS cabinet, 89. And now, let me finish it, brother. Let me finish it. POTUS cabinet, 89% white. Governors, 98% white. Mayors, 88% white. Military advisors, 100% white. Federal judges, 88% white. Police officers, 80% white. Why you think so many niggas and spiggers are dying? So many people are beat to death and shot and murdered and railroaded. All right. Anyone who says that this society is not controlled by them, and then out of all these people, in the power seats at the top of all these things that we just named, are small hats.
Yeah. I got a quick precept touching on your point. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Therefore should thou serve thy enemy, which the Lord should send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in wants of all things, and he shall put a yoke upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. And like you were just reading in that list that you were saying, that all of them is Edomites. You got to go to the Edomites for all of that. So that's proven prophecy that we're still under our enemies, the Edomites, and they the ones that control this place. From verse 49, the Lord Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whom tongues thou shalt not understand. Exactly. And we all know who the mascot of America is. It's the eagle.
A hateful bird of prey.
That's right.
A merciless, hateful bird of prey. And democracy is clearly, all right, a disguise or a distraction to make you believe that you have a choice. All right, that's exactly what it is, and then this proves it, because these people, all right, are going to be for their own. and they're going to vote and change and keep things that way. Why do you think the city, there's so much redlining and the lines are divided in the cities the way that they are? Right? While the money is allotted to certain neighborhoods and certain schools and not to others. That none of this is done by accident. It is done on purpose. Right? Why do you think there's so many white police officers with all the crimes that are being committed by police? Remember, 23% of American 23 states it's found that police officers were selling illegal guns onto the streets. All right, so I'm willing to and I'll bet you 90+% of those are white. So, and with the amount of crimes and death and things that are being done to people of color and even to other white people at the hands of these white officers, maybe it's time that America don't have any white police officers anymore. Maybe it's time to make all police officers people of color.
They don't have correct judgment.
All right? No, that's probably making some people very angry on the comic book.
Oh, nervous.
All right? But that, but that would actually be, maybe it's time because they can't seem to breed out or get rid of the hate, the biasness that comes from all the police departments. All right, bring it out, brother.
Nigga got shot on the expressway. Him and his wife pulled over. His hat flew off the car. He gets out the car to go get his hat. The cops pull over and says, "Is he helping you?" No, I forget what the woman said. Then he asked the man. He said, "No, I was getting my hat." She's taking him to the hospital. The cop, he got a gun. He got a gun. Shot him.
Oh yeah, I saw
well, shot
that.
at him. He happened to miss him, but dude fell down. He got shot.
Right.
And then the cop just said he had a gun, no gun on him. Right. And he started going, I'm sorry. Right. Like, bro, you shot him for what? He had nothing on him. You ask where he's going, nigga, I'm going to the hospital. So his hand is on his abdomen area because he's fucked up.
Right. He's holding on to his wound. Like, which is, right.
Oh, you hurt? Bah!
Need some help, homeboy?
Right, exactly. He rolled up on him like
MCA.
Right. Need some help, homie.
He saw him some minister society.
Yeah, he is a true minister to society. And now it looks like he's about to release more, stuff on the population, including his own people. Many of his own people are going to be victim to this. And I'm going to tell you that America will not survive another round of lockdowns. These businesses won't survive.
Already shutting down.
Right? And they're already shutting down. Yeah, I saw a meme, and it was showing you the robot. And because what did they do at Amazon? They got rid of what, 12,000, 15,000 people?
Yeah, I saw that.
And it said, right, and so the replacements.
The $3 robots?
It's basically, it takes $3 an hour to run these for these robots to do what all those people are doing. Right. How much money you think now is going back to the tops, to the investors and to the CEOs and etc. How many? Right. So now, I got rid of 20,000, 15,000 people. And that was just that round of clearing. It was way more than that. And so now all that money that was going to their health care, to their paychecks, and it now only costs $3 an hour.
Amazon already got
if this and it was Amazon, and it only cost them $3 an hour to use the robots. So what did that say about all you people who are talking about you want wages to go up, right? Because there was some city was getting ready to make minimum wage go up again.
Illinois is about to go up to $15.25.
Yeah,
they had a 10-year plan. No, 15, brother. Yeah. They had a 10-year plan. It went up gradually. And now we reached a point where it hits 15.
The top end.
Which really isn't shit. Right. Now, because if you was making, hey man, that used to be the salary of a fucking sheriff back in the 80s, and they were doing well.
Right.
All right.
That's right. $15 an hour.
Yeah, I remember when I damn near became a Contra Costa County sheriff. The Lord didn't make that happen.
Bring it out.
And I believe the starting salary was what, like $17, $18 an hour.
Yeah, they put you
right. That was a lot of money. In the late 80s and early 90s,
about
man.
$28,000 a year.
That was a lot of money back then.
Double, like 52 now.
I mean, you could really, and that was just the starting.
That's the starting, right?
Hey, show the Lord's had a sense of humor. All 750 party city locations are going to close next year. Mm-hmm. So nobody's even partying anymore.
No parties, man.
God knows.
He's shutting them all down,
and
man.
every
no
murder. Before the slamdemic, during the slamdemic, and after has drastically changed the landscape of all American business. We had from Sears and Roebuck, Kmart, J.C. Penney, Macy's, Marshall Fields, Carson Perry Scott. We've lost so many businesses, and now the businesses
and continually,
yes, and the few businesses are left. The few brick and mortar are left are the major big stores that do like the Walmarts, the Targets, the ones that do almost everything. Outside of that, the mom and pop shops, the solo dolos, they have went down so much that and they said that if you go Google 2025, how many stores are planning to close? It's even more.
But you know what went up though, brother? I tell you what went up. The Atlas, the Atlas. Somebody can look that up. The Atlas survival shelters and shit.
Yeah,
that went up.
Yeah.
The bunkers. They build the bunkers. They build mid-level bunkers for everyday man that's poor.
Yeah, the
all right.
MREs
And then they write MREs. And then of course all the gun stores made a killing, man.
Oh yeah.
You know what's
All right?
crazy, baby?
And then so people are buying guns. People are buying MREs and survival food, and people are buying, and the people who can afford it are putting bunkers on their properties, man.
Yeah.
All right, they're putting bunkers in their backyards.
All
All right, we watched that one video where that idiot did it in his front driveway, so his whole neighborhood.
No.
Right. So right,
We're going
everybody.
to Bob's.
Right, exactly.
That's it.
We know where the food.
And what's the movie? The Divide, whatever. Soon, the one dude and didn't tell nobody. The next thing you know, right before the shit hit the fan, everybody came to the shit, and he had 10 motherfuckers, and they ended up killing his ass and taking his over his over.
We gotta see that.
Hey, you got, if you need to see it, if you haven't seen it, you gotta see
Yeah,
it.
you guys
just did.
Hey, that sounds like a good moment.
Yeah, Divide. If you haven't seen it, that's one you need to watch. Because it came out about 10 years ago. Yeah, but it was. Yeah, it's a heavy movie, man.
It's like the one with the test.
Because matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, that's probably the last. What are the what's her name? Rebecca De Mornay. One of the last movies she's been in. I haven't seen her in a movie since. That was one of the last movies. She was the one that got raped to death, but the two brothers tag teamed her to death. All right. Well, yeah, she was a willing participant, but it got to the point where she was asking them not to do it no more, and she wasn't eating. They weren't giving her food, but they kept plowing her. You know.
Damn.
So
Cognitive sandwiches only, bitch.
pretty much, she had to work for her protein. Yeah, so it got pretty bad.
Low blow.
Go ahead.
Hopefully it was.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, and verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bears rule, the people mourn.
Yeah, the people mourn, man. And then that movie that came out last week, The Homestead. That's one that brothers need to check that out too. Matter of fact, they're trying to make a series out of that one. Right? They actually want to make a series, but you know, and I saw a couple advertisements for movies that's supposedly coming out. I hope none of them come out. I hope this place just shuts the fuck down, man.
Bring it up.
All right, because they getting ready. Because Gary, you're gonna have interruptions in your food supply. All kind of shit is getting ready to hit America, and it's all gonna. And it might even. It's starting now. So we're still in 2024, man, and we ain't even started 2025 yet. And I'm telling you, 2025 is getting ready to be a horrible year, man. You're getting ready to revisit 2020. On steroids. It's going to be way worse than 2020. And they're promising you that this new pandemic is going to be, they said it's going to make the whole, C thing, the C19er, look like a walk through the park. That's what they're saying.
120% on Jake, because I remember when I was a kid.
Oh, let me say this before I forget. And they're saying that it's going to have this new pandemic. Before it even happens. They already know there's going to be a 25% kill rate. So how they know that detail, I don't know. Right. But that's what they're saying. So it's going to have a 25% kill rate. So this shit about to happen. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was saying that when I remember in the 90s when they were doing, because see, Esau isn't creative. He's always had the same plan. Right. So I know that when Jake's been asking about like the possibility of mass deportation, when I would talk to my aunts, how basically it would go down in the 90s, it's not, mass deportation only sounds heavy, but really what they would do, like they would do in the 90s, my aunt would tell me, is that what they would do is like, say for example, Little Village, right? Or let's say Greek Town, right? But in this case, they're trying to mass deport the Venezuelans and the Mexicans, right? What they would do is they would go set up on along all these businesses, clubs, and restaurants on 26th Street. So when they would get out, if you didn't know English, you could be a U.S. citizen, but if you didn't know how to defend yourself or explain that to the officer, you'd get put on the bus and get deported. Now, now check this out. Now, back in the 80s, the dollar was strong enough where, let's say, for example, let's say that they deported you, right? Let's say they deported, whatever, you're back in Mexico, right? You would make a call in the 80s. The dollar was strong. You called your cousin, you called your auntie, hey, let me borrow 2 stacks. I got my job. I'll be back at the factory. Give me a month and I'll pay you back the 2 stacks to get back over there. Right now, Jake is at the end. They're at the end of the stick with this shit. So all these Jakes that got comfortable, believing that Esau had changed, believing that this was impossible, he did this shit in the 90s. Esau is not creative. He's gonna do the same thing. So what he's gonna do? Well, right now the people are too broke to come back. See, back in the 80s, the dollar was strong. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can borrow 2 stacks and pay them back in a month or 2.
Who got 2 stacks? Who gonna get it?
That's what I'm saying now is why it's gonna be at a worse scale, because there is no better tomorrow. There is no high hope. When Jake was leaving their countries in the 80s and 90s, they were living in the hope of their greener pastures. It's only now that they got here that they realize that it ain't shit. All you Jakes that got comfortable with Esau, and I say this because, again, Esau is not creative. He's going to stand outside, and all these people that love to lounge around all 26th Street, or want to launder, everywhere and linger, you guys are going to be the easiest target. So even though Esau doesn't do it on the grandest of scales, it's going to appear to be so, because even when he does it for the camera's sake, it's going to rile Jake up. Yeah. And that's where he's going to have to be like, well, look, it's Illinois versus the federal government. Now we got to lock them cities down, man. Like the elder said, man, it's right here, man. Yeah. 2025 is gonna not only kick off rough, but then everything after that. Because like the elder has said, look out for these specific dates: January 20, January 19, January 21. All right, about how they're already predicting all these so-called problems and pestilences.
That's right, brother. Right. And it goes into Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. 2024 was coined the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. And guess what?
It kind of began.
No, it has been. It's been started. But guess what? Most Jake don't know it. So guess what? It's got to be full blown. Yeah. It's got to go full blown.
Yeah. And now, because now you got reverse migrations happening out of panic. Yep. All right. Out of panic, you got reverse migration.
What do you call it? He's called Chicago Ground Zero to come against the Venezuelans and the migrants and so on.
You know what? And you think that if you think that it's gonna stop, when they sending out these goon squads, these racist mercenaries and whoever the hell they hire, to go after the Northern Kingdom. They're not just gonna stop with the Venezuelans, man.
That's right.
They're gonna be snatching up Mexicans, Puerto Ricans.
Bring it out, Reed.
Light-skinned niggas.
Go ahead.
Right.
Speckled birds.
Especially light-skinned niggas with wavy hair.
Perfect.
Yeah. Look.
Just like after 9/11, they can just do it. Arabs, they was fucking up East Indians too. They like, I'm not even Muslim.
Right.
What are you doing?
I worship Shiva.
You cannot hit. You cannot hit.
He cannot slap. How dare he slap?
How did you slap?
You cannot slap.
Snatching up Hindus and everything.
Right. You got a lot of Judites who think that they clapping and shit because some of the North gonna get deported. Esau gonna really those troops really is just set up all across America, trap your dumb ass inside.
Exactly. And they don't. And you know what the hell with the dumb ass niggas, man?
Right.
That they hating on their brothers.
Yeah.
Right.
But the point is, man, that we've said it time and time again that the Northern Kingdom that came here, and all those great numbers, they came here to be judged.
Yeah.
They came here for salvation, or they came here for judgment.
That's right.
It's as simple as that, man.
And the majority for judgment.
And the majority came here for judgment. All right, they came here to be judged. It is as simple as that.
2/3.
This is Hosea 9:13. Ephraim, which represents the northern kingdom, right? Ephraim, as I saw Tyrus, is planted in a pleasant place, but Ephraim shall bring forth his children to the murderer. You know, and
That's perfect.
Yeah, that's what they did. Coming to America is coming to the murderer. You had your own land, you can live off your lands, you got your resources.
Yep.
All right, but you came here and you watch some TV and you get some free to do certain wickedness, especially you fucking bitches, man. I was talking to the one Mexican bitch at the Super Bowl. She was telling about the land she had in Mexico and all this extra shit. I say, so why you here? I said, why you here? Could you get your nails done? She had her nails fresh done. Like,
God, no.
You get your nails done, you got your phone, you doing that. She laughing. Yeah, bitch, that's why. They get to be wicked.
Yes. And the freedom of Esau to do the debauchery is why all these people come over here to from the East Indian motherfucker to the Arab bitch to take off her hijab and go be a nigga bitch to everybody. They come over here to do the debauchery. And it's funny what you said, because when we was coming to camp the other day, Yah was like, hey, guess who's here? It's one of the Venezuelans that we used to play softball with, and he happened to be in front of the camp, and we broke bread. But that whole, they brought all these people in to come in from all these other countries. These people are coming here, and I will ask them, what kind of home life did you have back there? And you said it. Everyone I've asked that question had their own land, own farms, and everything, but they came here for the American scheme. And the ones that been here for a while, they said, this one Ukrainian bitch, I don't know if it's Ukrainian or Yugoslavian, one of the motherfuckers. She was like, I came over here years, that's when I was doing Lyft and Uber. I came over here years ago, trying to make a better life for my son and so forth and myself. I said, how you like it here? She's like, I work all the time. I said, how much do you pay? I said, you still got your land and stuff back in New Yugoslavia, Poland, wherever the fuck? She said, yes. I said, how much you pay? She said, a year for taxes. She said, $25 a year. I said, how much you pay over here? She said, $1,000 per month and everything. I said, why won't you go back? She said, I'm already set up here now. And that's the trap of America. And you got the American dream is the American lie. It's a nightmare. Can you give me nightmare? Can you say nightmare? Nightmare. No, nightmare. It's a nightmare. It's not a dream. It's a lie.
Hey, that's crazy because my little Levi, Levi trying to run over here, right? Yeah. It's not like how they doing it for Ukrainians or whatever. Hey, if you fuck up one, they make them take all type of shots. They gotta take all type of tests. Haiti got tuberculosis real bad.
I wonder how it got there.
Right. They got real bad. So it's a whole year process for them to even come visit.
Damn.
Yeah, for them to even come visit. My little Levite bitch was telling me about it. And she said when she came here, I said, would you come? I said, why you like it? She said, yeah, I like it. She said, I said, would you live in good? She said, yeah, my mom sent me money. I had my own house. She was like, I was 14 with my own house. She had her own house, her son, and everything. I said, why you don't like it? The men. She said, the men, they're rough. She said, they have arranged marriages. I can't do this. I can't do this. America, I can do what I want.
I can be a home.
Do what I want to do. Yeah. And she told me flat.
And now she's paying for it.
She probably dead, to be honest, because her mom was a nurse and she was heavy into that shit. So she said, when I leave you, she said, I'm going to get with a white man and live a good life. She told me flat out. She said, I'm going to leave you, and I'm going to get with a white man.
A stepping stone for
She told me, man, and that's what happened.
it was just your turn.
No, that bitch was a witch.
No, they all are. First, like it, brother. If you not follow YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, you're a witch. You're a warlock.
Rebellion is just a sin of witchcraft.
Period.
The nigga think is a rebellion.
So anyone who's rebelling against the scriptures, against the law of the Lord, that's the sin of witchcraft, and the sin of witchcraft is a death sentence. What you got, brother?
This is Ezekiel 14:21. It says, for thus saith the Lord Yahweh, how much more when I send my sword judgment upon Jerusalem, the sword and famine, and the noisome beast, and the pestilence to cut off from a man and beast. The Lord about to send total destruction to these
brother,
niggas.
he had a pack of lions, and not the Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit, man.
Hey, we
And it
prophesied
was
that.
about 13 or 14 of them.
Yep.
It was a pride of lions.
Yep.
Well, I don't know how the fuck they got loose.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but it was
I
a
saw
pride
it.
of them, a huge pride of lions. Just roaming the street. I imagine every dog and anybody who got caught out there, it was done.
Now, the brother called did send me.
You went out to throw out the trash, and you go in the alley, and it's just a damn pride of lions in the alley. Right.
Where does it say?
In Detroit.
This in Detroit,
Somebody
yes.
drove by their car filming and shit. Like,
Yep.
where the fuck y'all
It
going?
was like 10 of them.
No, it was more than that.
It was more than that.
It was about
13. That's what.
Okay, yeah, it was a big ass pride, and it was about 5 of them were young, were cubs, but the
Mm-hmm.
rest of them were all adult females. Man.
Yep. Yep.
So we talking about 400-pound fuckers.
Females are hungry.
And the males hunt too, but the females are the fast, agile, quick ones, and they strong as hell, man.
Mm-hmm.
A female does something.
Now, it's funny you mentioned this because the elder from Arkansas sent me a little thing with the lions. But then after he sent me that, he sent me this. He said, I looked at the lion video closer. That sign before the gas station is in Arabic. Then the scrubs are in the trees are in the desert of Africa. It shows that Esau is getting better at the AI cropping. So when the big persecution takes place, they're going to
So
have
it was an AI thing.
that's what he's saying. That's his take. He says they're going to have us on camera doing the worst shit ever, and we know it will be generated through their softwares. We need to get out of Babylon. I can call him Yahushua.
Okay, so he said
he was noticing different
he said that it wasn't Detroit either.
Yeah.
But
It
nevertheless,
was a voiceover.
the scriptures clearly tell you.
it's going to happen.
The clearly right. Exactly.
And shall change their country.
That shit crazy. I couldn't see the faith in that.
I mean, it was a coyote.
But for him to say that, I don't know because I didn't.
Well, I saw the
analyze it
video.
on that level. I saw the video too. I got it right here.
And they said in the video, they said they saw another UFO. If you listen closely.
I got the matter of fact, I got the video right here. I'm gonna play it now because it. Hold on. Slug it.
They gotta be doing that thing. Come on, we just talked about this yesterday, bro. They just be running with everything in the internet. That's why certain things don't need the internet. They be running with everything. Sometimes. No, I get what you're saying. Right? You can listen to it. You can find it somewhere else.
Hey, and who knows? It could have happened.
This motherfucker running around deep as fuck. God damn. The universe on Circus Park, they said they looking for y'all niggas. Y'all niggas deep as hell around this bitch.
Yeah, he out hollering out the window at some damn lions like they can understand.
And then you got the movie Mufasa that just came out, and so you got the whole Lion King vibration.
I see what it said in Arabic.
So he saw the.
So
sign
that
was
definitely
in
wasn't
there.
Detroit. So
No, the guy on here talking about it, he said it's a fake video.
yeah, so it was a fake. So they were somewhere in Africa somewhere.
Right.
Well, that's still dangerous. They walking through a fucking village where people live. All right, but go ahead, brother.
I got real quick. It just goes into the prophecy, man. This is 2nd Ezra 5, starting at 8. Says there shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be off sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters, and salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into its secret chamber. The salt water and the sweet, it's going to be a lot of misinformation, disinformation, a lot of AI producing fake narratives.
Oh, they gonna definitely use our faces and they make us say all kind of shit.
Fucking Running Man.
Yeah. Like Senator Bass already exposed them, but they're gonna have to try. Oh no, but look at us.
They said it.
Yeah.
You know.
Get on,
man. And then they already passed a law that it's legal for them to use propagandas and lie to the people.
That's right.
So they already told you. What you holding on to, brother? We gonna wrap after this.
Did the Revelation 12 come out?
No.
This is Revelation 12:12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time."
Yeah, that's exactly what's about to happen, man. Because however you cut this cake, it's a cake of destruction, right? And the Lord is about to bring that chaos, man. So with that, we're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory
Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Abba Ball.
Abba Ball.